From CBS4, this is your News Now.
It was a beautiful Sunday across central Indiana, but we're tracking rain and storms headed into your Monday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michael Van Schoik. Chief Meteorologist Chris Wright is here for Alyssa and has your first forecast. Hey there, Chris.
Yeah, we got some big changes coming our way for tomorrow across central Indiana. We're going to see the possibility of strong to severe storms to get the day started. Nice and dry right now, watching the showers and storms now developing back out to our west. Already a couple of returns on radar down through Missouri right now, making its way into southwest Illinois. The heavier band of showers and storms right now between Omaha, Kansas City and Wichita. We warmed up to a high temperature of 57 this afternoon here in the state capital, 54 to get the day started in Lafayette. And right now temperatures running about 15 degrees warmer than they were this time last night. Right now 38 in Kokomo, 40 in Muncie, but still a 50 right now in Bloomington. Well, for this evening, we saw temperatures stay in the 40s across central Indiana, and we're watching out for the possibility of strong to severe storms for tomorrow across central Indiana, including the possibility of damaging straight line winds. So we do have a wind advisory in effect from 7 a.m. through 7 p.m. on Monday for winds that may gust up around 50 miles per hour. We'll see the showers and storms heaviest across central Indiana tomorrow morning right on through lunchtime. We're dealing with some gusty winds and some heavy rain, and those showers and storms will continue on through the afternoon hours. Winds will be strong, around 30 miles per hour, gusting up around 50 miles per hour, and we're going to see the temperature well above the norm for tomorrow, expecting temperatures in the 60s along with that threat for severe storms. We'll talk more about the wind and the rain and the 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Chris. We're following breaking news at this hour. IMPD responding to 2 people shot on the south side. This is the scene on Fox Harbor Lane, where Metro Police say they found 2 women shot with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say various cars were shot up in the area, but so far they don't know exactly what happened here. They're interviewing multiple witnesses now. This shooting is the second double shooting today. The first happened when 2 people were shot on the city's northeast side this morning around 9 a.m. Officers responded to a report of a person shot on Millview Court. When they got there, they found a man and woman inside an apartment with gunshot wounds. They were both rushed to the hospital, where the man later died. The woman remains in critical condition, and police say there was no sign of forced entry to the apartment, and they're still investigating the circumstances of the shooting at this time. And we just learned a man has died after being found hurt and unconscious on Monday. Police found an adult male unconscious on West 22nd in North Illinois. Medics believed he was unconscious due to alcohol. Later, doctors at Methodist found numerous wounds on him. He died today. Police believe from the injuries he sustained Monday. The investigation is ongoing this evening. Lawrence police are investigating a crash that started as a pursuit. It started around 12:30 this morning near Pendleton Pike and Franklin Road. Police tell us an on-duty officer noticed a stolen vehicle and tried to stop the driver. They say the driver took off instead, going north on Franklin Road. At 56th Street, police say the driver in the stolen car lost control and rolled the car over into a ditch. Overall, the pursuit was less than a mile long, and the driver and passenger in the stolen car were checked by medics and taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The incident, though, remains under investigation tonight. 3 IMPD officers continue recovering from injuries tonight, 25 hours after investigators say a man in a stolen truck rammed their patrol car during a chase across the east side. George Leachman was shot by 2 of those officers as the pursuit ended on North Poplar Road. That's where we find CBS 4's Russ McQuaid, who has more information on the chase and the man police were after.
When he was arrested here in the 300 block of North Poplar Road, George Leachman's home address came back to the Westville Correctional Facility. And officers had every reason to believe that he was driving a stolen pickup truck out of Allen County with a stolen handgun inside. Tire marks on the pavement show where the chase came to a skidding stop in a quiet Irvington neighborhood where neighbors told me that this type of mayhem just doesn't happen. IMPD says the man behind the wheel who started it all was 42-year-old George Leachman, who has a long criminal history of auto theft, ramming patrol cars, and hurting police officers.
It's certainly uncommon. I'm not familiar with any recent that are to this extent where 3 police vehicles were disabled in the course of that action.
In the summer of 2017, IMPD says Leachman rammed 3 of their cars with a stolen truck, evading arrest. A year later, they say he did it again with another stolen truck, leading to another wrecked police car. And late Saturday afternoon, IMPD says Leachman wrecked 3 more patrol cars, 7 in all, in less than 6 years, fleeing in a truck with a gun inside. A gun Leachman, a serious violent felon, is prohibited from having. But police found it when the chase came to a crashing halt on Poplar Road.
Multiple body-worn cameras were on the officers and activated and captured portions of this incident, which are being reviewed by investigators.
One officer suffered a head injury, another hurt his leg, and the third may have a broken arm. After they shot him, police officers rendered aid to Leachman and he went to the hospital in stable condition. His history includes 6 auto theft convictions, various stints in state prison, a probation violation for cutting off a GPS monitoring unit, and a guilty plea for battery resulting in bodily injury of a pregnant woman. The officers are expected to recover from their injuries.
The dedication of the officers, not only on this district, but across the department, I can't speak more highly of.
Leachman now faces 1 count of resisting and 3 counts of battery on a police officer with injury. In Irvington, Russ McQuaid, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Russ. Tomorrow marks the 1-year anniversary of a shooting that injured an IMPD officer in Fountain Square. Officer Thomas Mangan was shot in the throat last February while responding to a call in that neighborhood. Mangan spent around 2 weeks in the hospital following the shooting, and when we checked in with him last, he continued to recover at home. It's still not known whether Mangan will return to IMPD as an officer who works in the field. The suspect in the shooting was charged with attempted murder. Meanwhile, today marks 1 year since Sierra Breland was last seen. The Carmel mother was reported missing by her husband, Xavier, who is a person of interest in her disappearance. Earlier this month, Xavier was returned to Hamilton County after spending several months in jail in Georgia. He's being held on a $100,000 bond. Again, Sierra was reported missing a year ago and hasn't been seen since. If you know anything that could help find her, call Carmel Police or Crime Stoppers. A death investigation is underway in Lawrence County tonight. Around 1 Friday afternoon, the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department received a 911 call about a man discovered dead on Lafayette Avenue. Deputies say the man had a gunshot wound, but they're working to figure out how he was shot. Indiana State Police are aiding the investigation. And today, city officials and community leaders came together for the 15th annual Citywide Black History Month Awards Service and Celebration. The annual event is put on by Universal Ministries Worldwide to honor members of the community for the ways they've helped uplift the black community. It could be in any area like public safety, health, or media and entertainment. Mayor Joe Hogsett helped present the awards this year.
The big way Indianapolis can overcome its history of opposing wills is by listening to the community.
Some of the recipients of this year's award included IMPD Chief Randall Taylor, Dr. Lionel Rush, and our very own Birchelle Edmay. She says she was honored with the award and support from the community.
Thank you for trusting me to tell your stories. I invite you to call, email, text, whatever works. I am a bridge to tell your stories. I want to be a voice for our community especially.
Congratulations, Birchelle. Meanwhile, Plainfield Fire Territory, the busiest fire department in Hendricks County, crossed a major department milestone today by having its first fully female-staffed fire station. The department consists of 26 people split between multiple firehouses, and today, Plainfield Fire Station 123's engine and ambulance were all staffed by women, with a total of 4 paramedics and 1 EMT.
People will say, you know, we're not strong enough, we can't handle it, things like that. And I think that, you know, the women that you see in here today were willing to put in that work to make sure that we are strong enough, we are capable, we go to the training that we have to go to. And to be honest with you, the guys that work around us are very supportive of us, as we are of them.
Plainfield Fire Territory responds to more than 6,000 emergency calls annually, 70% of which are emergency medical responses. To keep up with calls, they work rotating 24-hour shifts. Happening tomorrow in Carmel, a section of 116th Street will close between Hazeldale Parkway and Eller Road for repairs. Crews will be closing one lane at a time to repair sections of the bridge joints. The closures are expected to start around 9 tomorrow morning and should be finished up by tomorrow afternoon, depending on weather conditions. And gas prices are starting to come down in the Hoosier State. Right now, a gallon of regular gas will run you around $3.23 in the state on average. That's down almost 10 cents from just a week ago. The drop in price comes after a couple of weeks of price increases. Experts say it's likely due to demand and supply equaling off after the February break. And still ahead, on the move, the push by Ukrainian forces to take back a key port city in their nation and the support behind them here at home.
And on Live Guardian radar right now, tracking strong storms back out over the Great Plains that will move into central Indiana just in time for the morning rush hour. The latest on the gusty winds associated with the storms and the 7-day forecast.
Welcome back. Firefighters outside of Cleveland, Ohio say one person has died after a house exploded this morning. Officials say the explosion in Wickliffe happened shortly before 11 a.m. Fire crews arrived to find the garage up in flames. Investigators say there was significant damage to the garage, back of the house, and neighboring homes.
Something like this can take out several houses. It could hurt a lot of people, and unfortunately it did kill one person. But in this case, it was only the occupant that was involved with it.
The exact cause of the explosion is being investigated, but officials say the fire appears to be an accident and doesn't look suspicious at this time. And it's likely you remember the death of Travion Martin and the trial that followed. It's been 11 years since his death, and today is National Black Lives Matter Day, which is celebrated in Martin's memory. The acquittal of George Zimmerman caused a wave of widespread anger, which led to nationwide campaigns centered around fairness and justice for black people. This is still an active movement to end discrimination and declare equality for all. Russia's war in Ukraine is just days into its second year. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky is vowing to battle on to defend his country against the invasion, while U.S. officials are warning China against sending military aid to aid the Kremlin's uphill battle. CBS's Christian Benavides has more tonight.
Now more than a year into Russia's brutal invasion, supporters of Ukraine rallied in cities across the U.S. this weekend. Ukraine's southern port city of Odessa honored soldiers killed in the grinding war with Russia. Ukrainian military drone footage shows what are said to be Russian tanks and other armored fighting vehicles being blown up by mines.
I think Putin is right now entirely too confident of his ability to wear down Ukraine, to grind away, and that's what he's giving every evidence that he's determined to do right now.
Meanwhile, Washington is growing increasingly concerned that China could decide to send lethal military aid to Russia.
We will continue to send a strong message that we believe that sending military aid to Russia at this time, when they are using their weapons to bombard cities, kill civilians, and commit atrocities, would be a bad mistake, and China should want no part of it.
Last week, the U.S. announced billions of dollars in additional military assistance to Ukraine. But some lawmakers are urging the Biden administration to provide Ukraine with F-16 fighter jets.
This whole thing is taking too long, and it really didn't have to happen this way.
Following his unannounced visit to Kyiv last week, President Biden said in a television interview that sending F-16s is off the table for now, but he didn't rule that out for later. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.
G20 finance ministers from the world's largest economics reportedly failed to agree on a statement at the end of a summit in India after China declined to condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And as the war continues, Hoosiers are in Ukraine to help those deeply affected by it. Steve Bowles is the executive director of Mission to Ukraine. And since the war began, the organization has helped women in crisis pregnancies and children who have disabilities. They've provided them diapers, food, generators, and more. They've also given their vehicles to help transport people in and out of the country. Bowles tells us what he's seen in just the last week.
Every day that I've been here, the air alarms have gone off, warning of incoming missiles, things that we need to be on guard for and, get to the closest safe space that we can. But what struck me most were the amount of funerals that we see. Just driving down the road, you look over to the side of the road and you see somebody going into a church to bury a loved one that's been killed here in the actions, with the military recently. Just very, very sad to see that happening.
The organization is in the process of building a rehabilitation center for children with disabilities. If you would like to help Mission to Ukraine, you can go to their website, missiontoukraine.org. And now Chris is back here with us. Chris, you're tracking some storms coming in the next few days, a little different than what we've seen today.
Yeah, a nice dry weekend here across central Indiana. Mild temperatures out there. We're going to hang on to our mild temperatures tomorrow, but introduce a chance for some strong storms, especially early tomorrow morning. Right now, the thunderstorms are back across Nebraska, now down through Kansas, and that's the leading edge of the moisture that's coming